Hey guys, it's Jeff. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing The Toll, Book 3 in the Arc of a Scythe series by Neal Shusterman. So The Toll is the third and final book in this trilogy. It picks up 3 years after Thunderhead, Book 2. Even though Citra and Rowan's timeline picks up 3 years after the book, there's a bunch of different timelines, and at first it was hard to figure out where exactly all of these fit into each other. Citra and Rowan's timeline is 3 years after Book 2, but then Scythe Faraday's picks up 6 weeks after Book 2, and at times I was kind of wondering how all of this was going to fit together because there's several different timelines, and at first it didn't really make sense to me how one group of characters could be doing something, blissfully unaware of another group of characters. So at first it was a little bit hard to figure that out. The main centerpiece of this book focuses around Grayson Tolliver becoming the Toll, which is the prophet of the religious group the Tonists, Goddard's New Order Scythes, and Scythe Faraday trying to figure out what the failsafe was that the original founding Scythes set up in case the Scythedom ever fell. It centers around the Tonist storyline, but to me, it lacked a really centered focus. This isn't Citra and Rowan's storyline anymore. This book and the entire series in general just takes a sharp deviation away from their story. It almost felt like Shusterman wanted to make the trilogy about Grayson Tolliver and the Tonists, but didn't realize it until like halfway through the series, because at times when I was reading it, I was like, what's the point of this again? While the story of the Toll and the Tonists was really well thought out, really detailed, and really entertaining at times, and often seemed to parody real-life religions, I was mainly just disappointed that it wasn't Citra and Rowan's storyline anymore. They didn't really do anything of significance within this book. And if there's one word that I had to pick out to describe this book, it would have to be wacky, especially the ending. The ending is almost like watching a really big firework go off and you're expecting this big boom, but then it lets off this little almost like a popcorn exploding. And it's kind of like, really? Was that it? What should have happened in the ending is some sort of huge showdown between New Order Scythes, Old Guard Scythes, and then the Texan Scythes finally taking sides with the Old Guard, having some sort of big scythe battle, sword battle. I think that would have been an epic conclusion to the series. I had really high hopes for this book, but it just didn't deliver. This is not the standard of how you should end a trilogy. Though the writing itself is really great, it's just not what I expected as an ending. I didn't really have any expectations, but the way that it ended, I just wasn't expecting that. Though it does have its touching moments that can get you right in the feels. And Scythe Rand bringing back that certain character back to life, I mean, really? There were times that I was really invested in reading it, but most of the time I didn't have that same drive and energy that I did with the first two books. It's average at best, so it deserves a 3 out of 5. A disappointing end to the trilogy, but overall the series is really great. The world that Shusterman has created is incredibly detailed and well thought out, and it's really hard to ignore. And this doesn't really have anything to do with how I rated it, but why would they do this, the publishing company? They made The Toll half an inch smaller than the rest of them, and now it doesn't match up on my bookshelf. So even though I gave this book a 3 out of 5, I definitely think that this series overall is one that you don't want to pass up. Neal Shusterman is an author that's on my radar now, and I can't wait to pick up more of his books. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next book review video. See you later.